Well, Veterans Day is coming up this Friday, a day to honor former members of the military.
But some of those veterans have more than just medals and citations from their time in service.
KITV4's Paul Drews introduces us to a group of veterans who now rely on each other to help manage their PTSD from the Vietnam War.
Now, according to the Veterans Administration, an estimated 30% of Vietnam veterans have had PTSD in their lifetime. We met up with one group still struggling with effects of the Vietnam War and see how they're helping one another in their fight for better mental health.
We meet here every Tuesdays.
This group of veterans gathers at the Navy Exchange, but they're not here to shop.
We all look out for each other. We all got each other's back.
These Vietnam veterans first met in group therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder.
And it became very personal. And a lot of times it was emotional. So we started supporting each other from then on. And we have this thing in common that we carried on getting back into our civilian life.
Their service in the Vietnam War ended more than 50 years ago, but part of the war never left them.
All these kind of killings and deaths and, on your mind. So you get all this anger,
Till today, we cannot explain how we survived, because so many of us got killed or wounded. When you're alone in that foxhole, right, you start thinking what you just went through, and you start shaking or crying. It takes a toll on your mind and your human body. It really does.
Some waited more than 40 years before they sought help for the toll PTSD took on them. First with group therapy at the Veterans Administration, and when that fell apart, they started meeting on their own, sharing thoughts, feelings, and understanding with others in the group.
Going through group and talking to the guys, and slowly, you're not going to get over PTSD, but you can learn to live with PTSD.
I don't think the question is, can you be cured of it, as much as the question is, can you live a more fulfilling, richer life and have better connections with people that you love, that love you? Yes, absolutely yes.
Christopher Slavin said he came back changed from his deployment to the Middle East with the Hawaii National Guard. After getting help, he went back to school to become a licensed social worker so he could assist other veterans.
I've had the privilege to watch, countless veterans over the years that have sought help and have gotten help drastically improve the quality of their lives. They may not be cured, but they are connecting to people again and enjoying relationships again.
He says group gatherings are a great way to help those suffering from PTSD.
And the goal is just to get people, veterans, out of their homes, out of their heads, and connecting with other people.
Patrick said he also found some relief by going back to Vietnam. After returning to one of the deadliest battlefields of the war, he even met with a Vietnamese general who fought against him.
He was just like us, He was fighting for his country. He wanted the best for his family, just like how we wanted the best for our family. This guy is just like me, man. So I felt relieved. I felt like I found healing. I was one of the lucky ones to go back there and find healing. But I just wish that some of my brothers could go back.
Until they find that healing, they've made it their mission to keep meeting every week to share those stories and support.
These are my brothers right here that they know exactly what I went through and understand exactly what they went through. Pretty soon.
Now, many Vietnam veterans didn't get the mental health help they needed when they returned from the war. And they tell me what added to their pain was they never got a homecoming. Instead, they were met with angry protesters. So to Patrick, Howard, and all the other Vietnam veterans, I want to say welcome home and thank you for your service. Paul Drews, KITV4 Island News.